Hello, good afternoon, this is Diecast Loon. I hope you're all doing well and welcome back to episode 7 of Vintage Matchbox Mondays. As I mentioned earlier in a previous video, I would this week be looking at some Matchbox Superkings and Matchbox Speedkings. And the ones we're going to be looking at today are going to be what I like to call survivor cars, and that means cars that are not in play-worn condition, but they're not quite in mint condition. So they're what I like to call survivor cars. And if I've got enough time at the end, if the video doesn't go on for too long, I might pull out some mint examples as well, as I've got about 45 to 50 Superkings in my collection. But like I said, I'm not going to show all them as we'll be here all day. But anyway, with that, we are going to get straight into it. And the first one we're going to take a look at, which did come from a car boot sale sometime in the summer, and it is called the Marauder. So it is the little look. It is the Matchbox Superkings K45 Marauder, 1973, copyright. Very heavy piece. Has all most of its stickers, which is nice to see. But you can see it's got a piece of window missing, a bit of chrome missing. Somebody, by the looks of it, has been inside it at one point. So, as I said, it's not mint, but it is in good survivor condition, even though it probably has at some point been repaired. But this is based on a race car, and obviously it's from the back in the 70s. Matchbox were famous for making quite a few of their own sort of novelty made up non-licensed castings, and this is a great example of the Larry 70s, so to speak, which I quite like. But it is a good first piece, but very weighty. So that is the Marauder, and again, it came in quite a few different colours. I think it came in, one of the colours was quite a common colour to see, was the red one. I can't remember what the livery was now, but it was in red. So that's the first piece, and then this piece. Now this is one I've ummed and ahed over restoring. This is I think it's a Maserati Bora. Yeah, Matchbox Speedkings K56 Maserati Bora in 1975, copyright. I have quite a few versions of this in the Matchbox normal scale, in the super fast scale, but I really do like this casting. But it's been submerged in water at some point, so the rear paint, or the rear back of the car, is quite sort of corroded, but it's still a nice looking car, so I may just leave it. When I got this, I had to clean it up a little bit, as it was quite tatty, but I managed to clean it up enough without destroying the originalness. But I might just leave this, as I don't mind, because like I said, it is a survivor car, and in pretty good condition, as you can see. But so that is the Maserati Bora, and quite nice details. So that is piece 2. And then the next piece is going to be, now I think this is a Mercury, so a little look. Matchbox Superkings K23 Mercury Commuter, 1970, copyright. Now I really like this. Now this, again, when I got it, this should have police livery stickers on it. But as you can see, they have all gone. There was a little bit left here and there, and it wasn't really legible. You couldn't read it, so I removed them and just gave it a bit of a wipe. But other than that, it is in original condition, and as you can see, it is not play worn, but it's not mint, but it is still very nice. And I do like these larger Matchbox cars. When I was a kid, I had lots of Matchbox toys. Unfortunately, I don't have many of them left, but it was always these bigger ones were the ones I sort of prized over, but they were quite expensive and didn't see them as much as the small stuff. But very cool anyway. And they said they did this in I believe green and yellow, and they did it with trailer multi-packs. They did quite a lot of different variations of this, an ambulance version, but obviously this is supposed to be the police version. So that's pretty cool. And then the next one is now I believe this is got to get this right now, it is the building transporter. And again, they did this in quite a few different variations. This particular one would have, as far as I remember, came with like a sight hut, like a plastic sight hut on the back. But they did have one that came with wheels and petrol tanks and other bits and bobs. So like a I suppose you could say like a delivery truck. And they did do it in other various colours. Excuse me. And they also used this same truck, or at least the front part of the casting, in their transporter trucks, which I have quite a few of. I have the transporter version, car transporter version, in the yellow with the super fast, or the sort of bigger, the newer wheels. And I also have an original version in like a metallic blue, which has the original older wheels and tires. But anyway, so that is the building transporter. That particular version unfortunately doesn't have that part with it anymore. The next piece is going to be this, I believe this is called the shovel nose. Let's have a little look. Matchbox Superkings shovel nose, made in England, 1971, copyright. And again, just in really nice survivor condition. Still amazingly just about has its aerial, and it does, like all these, they still roll nice, do have a little bit of suspension, and it still has its stickers, fire chief, all around the car, and it has this crazy opening feature, a bit like the Mark III, gotta get this right now, Dodge Charger, but it's just similar as in it has the weird opening front. But again, typically 70s Matchbox, so pretty cool. And then we got this really groovy looking tractor, which I believe is called the mod tractor, or tractor mod. So a little look, it is the mod tractor. And again, they did this in I believe they made a small version, which I have somewhere. I think it's a metallic purple, a small version for the normal Matchbox line. But this obviously is the excuse me, Superkings version. But pretty cool. And again, I was going to do something with this, and I've decided to leave it. I like the way all the plastic has aged and tarnished, and you've got these different colours, yellow and red, going through the chrome. Got a little bit of a steering wheel issue, which I will address at some point, but you can move the gear stick around, which has got a bit of play factor for the kiddies from back in the day, which is pretty cool. So there you go, pretty cool. So that is the mod tractor, and it still rolls quite nice. And really, apart from the plastic sort of crazing where the chrome's gone, it is in still very good condition. This is a particular favourite, and this is, I can't remember what this is now. I know it's a beach buggy type, Matchbox Superkings, yeah, Sandcat K37 72 copyright. And again, they did this in quite a few different variations, with slightly different variations of the stickers and the spots. And I'm just trying to remember some of the other colours now. I can't remember the other colours, but I know there was a red one of these, and I think there was a goldy coloured one of these. There's quite a few of these, and again, this one's not in too bad a condition, as you can see. Still has its exhausts, still has almost like a Jaguar leaping cat on the front, a bit like the Jag badge, but it's obviously not. But it does still have that, and it's got the crazy green spots. So pretty cool. And what you got to remember is most of these cars that I've shown today, they've all been between £1 and £2 at some point. They're not expensive, and if you don't mind stuff that isn't immaculate, which is like a bit like me, I'm not too fussed. I like stuff that's mint, but I'm not too fussed about stuff that's, as I call, survivor condition, and it's cool to collect. This one's a singular truck, it hasn't got a back to it anymore, unfortunately. I paid £1 for this. I just thought it was in really nice condition. This came from a flea market, and obviously I think it's based on the Ford, is it the 9000, Ford 9000, or is it the Ford 900? I'm sure someone will correct me, but there you go, Ford, let's say Ford LTS series tractor, can't quite see that. Made in England, 1973, but pretty cool. And like I said, it hasn't got a trailer for it. I did pick just a nondescript Superkings trailer, which I haven't got to hand in it, but I did buy just a plain trailer, and it doesn't match the cab, but at least it has a trailer. And again, I haven't got the heart to restore this or do anything with it because it is just quite nice and tidy. But I do have one that is original, so we'll take off that bit for the minute. So this is the Texaco version in like a metallic, what sort of burgundy red, but again in a similar sort of condition. Obviously has an opening feature. Pull that piece back, so pretty cool. And the only really bit, it's got a bit of the sticker issue there, but it's in generally nice condition. And again, this wasn't expensive, a couple of pound, possibly £3, and it has its very weighty trailer with it, and again in quite nice condition, not too badly. A bit of sun fade, but that's to be expected. Still has its long vehicle and the mud flaps. There's a piece from there that's missing, but I have it, but I just haven't glued it back on yet. But there you go, and it looks pretty cool. I'm just looking to hand if I've got anything else I can show. 2 seconds if I've got. I may be able to. Just bear with me while I just pull out one from my drawer down here, if I can just get a hold of it. And oh, sorry, I got wires everywhere. And it's this, which I have shown before. I've shown most of these before. This is the box it would have come in. So let's just lift it up. This is the box it would have come in, limited edition, and it is this really nice. I think it is. I don't remember what van it is now. Is it a Dodge van? Let's have a little look. Matchbox Superkings Dodge van, 1979 copyright. And again, they did these in many colours. Yellow. They did one with a trailer, and you had different, like a road working crew, I think. There was one like this that was like a customised van in blue. Now, this one, as far as I'm aware of, they didn't make masses of these. Now, the KH Norton Group, as far as I'm aware of, I've got to get this right now, but they were toy distributors. And basically, if you went to their toy distributors, so if you own a toy shop, you would go to this KH Norton Group, and a bit like a wholesaler, you would buy your toys from them. And if you'd made, I think it was 200 purchases, I believe, I can't remember now, you got this given to you for free as like a promotional thing they were doing. KH Norton Group actually got Matchbox to make them a limited edition run of these, but to get one of these, I think you had to spend over a certain amount of money. So it's quite a rare beast, and I can't remember, it was a long time ago when I researched this vehicle, but I paid £4 for it. This isn't damaged, this is just age, where the chrome's popped off. But these in this condition are fetching upwards of £100, sorry. But I paid £4 for this, and it's in fantastic condition. I love that suspension on the back, it's really quite funny. But this is the original box it came in, which is this. As you can see, it says limited edition, and this is the box. They came in this nondescript box because Matchbox, or at least KH Norton Group, had these made for them. So like I said, you'd go into their shop and buy whatever you bought toy wise, and if you bought over a certain amount, you would get one of these. But anyway, that about wraps it up for today. Please like, share, subscribe, stay tuned for more vintage Matchbox Mondays, vintage pieces in general, wheel swaps, customs, premium pieces, and all that good stuff to come. And with that, I'll see you all very soon. Thank you very much for watching.